Hi, I'm Peter Vidala, although most of you know me as America's Man's Man. Others of you know me as the news anchor of WNTK Radio. Well, listen, I'm from the fake news. I mean, I was trained in it, and I was trained to tell the truth, but what the people who trained me, and what most of the industry professionals don't even know, is that the fake news is not set up to inform you. Because if that were the truth, it never would exist in the first place. The purpose of the fake news is to reap a profit from the American people by making us miserable all the time. And the only way that they can do that is if they turn America on itself, because America is the happiest nation on earth. We are the best, we are the most blessed, and we are God's exceptional nation. That's why the fake news can't have any God or religion unless it's a religion that is intended to blow things up or do something that will otherwise foment distress and discord among beautiful cities and hometowns just like yours and mine. That's why when people are setting things on fire, when people are throwing bricks at the police, when the fake news scares the police into submission, dictating what the police can and cannot say, like in Salem, Massachusetts, the fake news has set up these fake rules which have cost a police woman her job because she said what all of us are thinking. And you know what? She wasn't wrong, but because the fake news has created so much fear in order to exploit all of us for profit by turning us real Americans against each other, not the ones you see on TV, but us real Americans in real neighborhoods who care about each other and want to have each other's back. The fake news has essentially, again, turned America on itself and has instigated riots. Think about it for a second. If the fake news had not instigated riots, either now or all those other historic incidents in the past, historic meaning fake news historic, then would they have happened? And of course they wouldn't. The fact is that the fake news is in the business of turning Americans like you and me against each other. The fake news is in the business of causing us to do things that we otherwise wouldn't do to each other. The fake news is responsible for instigating, for suggesting very powerfully a kind of herd mob mentality which plays on people's fears and beliefs such that it plays them up to a point where people are so angry that we're becoming a people that we don't want to be. Say no to the fake news. Turn off your TV and remember that it is the fake news that is turning us on each other and causing us to do things that we otherwise wouldn't do. I'd like to invite you to turn off your TV and turn off all the fake news, be it about the latest brick throwing at police in your area, about that policewoman who just wouldn't conform to the language that the fake news wanted her to use and got fired in Salem, Massachusetts because of it. Or maybe it's something as innocuous seeming as a kitten being saved from a tree by the local fire department, or a beached whale, because all of it, every last story, no matter how harmless it may seem, no matter how funny that, and they're not really funny, that kicker story at the end might seem when the anchors are all bantering at each other. And I'm not just talking about the fake news on TV, I'm talking about Salon, I'm talking about Huffington Post, and all the other companies which are a part of the Google ecosystem, the FANG companies, which are also meant to exploit all of us and turn us Americans against each other so that they can stress us out to the point where our sales resistance is so weak that we will buy anything from their advertisers. And you do have to think about it from that perspective. And I wouldn't if I weren't a former fake news anchor, but I am a fake news anchor, and I'm telling you, Americans, this is how it works. Let's wise up. Let's step back for a second. Let's take a breath. Let's pray maybe a little bit or meditate and try to think about who the real profiteer is, who the real manipulator here is. And I know that when you really analyze that statement, when you really think about it, you will see that The fake news, the infotainment media, can only exploit us Americans for profit, can only turn us against each other if we allow them to. This is America's Man's Man.